going on, everyone? This is Marco once again here on this fun and exciting journey in joining the OCS as a second lieutenant in the Army National Guard. I am going on to my second month of Phase 2 of OCS. And yeah, as you guys saw from last month, last month wasn't too bad. Going back for the beginning of Phase 2, we did have our military history, which I hated because, not much of a history person, but, luckily I was able to, overcome and adapt to it and pass the exam, which, like I said, I knew that was going to be the hardest thing in this whole entire process. And luckily I got that over with. Now coming into second month, we have our exam for supervised supplies management, and just being able to do some studying and everything from what we got from the cheat sheets and everything. It tells more about obviously being a leadership and being in command of a company, and then knowing how the supply and the chain of supplies work, such as ordering things, how it's going to be distributed, how it's going to be signed out, what's the difference between being able to get a vehicle, or checking out our MREs, such as the food and all that stuff. So that's the exam that we're going to be having this weekend. So I look forward to that. It looks more, like I said, it's more reasonable for me. I was able to kind of study it. I was able to adapt and be able to retain more of the information from it, unlike the history exams. Like I said, I'm really horrible at that. I don't like the years. I don't like the dates. I don't like, all that stuff. But, when it came to this, I was able to adapt a little more. I was able to retain more of the information. Now it's just obviously being able to do the exam, of course. Like I said, it's always they're all, as of right now, all the exams have been multiple guess. So that's always been a big help. And so it gives you a better chance of being able to pass the exams by just being able to, cross-eliminate, certain answers or possible answers that they have. And but this, once again, I will do more proficiency. I will be able to retain more of this information and know what to do by doing it hands-on. I'm not a big component of being able to read and learn like that. I have to either not only see it, but I have to do it myself, because once I do it, it's it's just more of a flow for me, where I know most of the steps. If I know what I have to do, and if I have done it already, it's just like a muscle memory for me. I quickly adapt that way. That's the way I study. That's the way I could retain a lot more knowledge for myself. Everyone studies differently. Everyone retains information a lot differently. And but that's the way it works for me. Muscle memory, by doing it myself, has always been the biggest asset and my biggest tool for me to be able to accomplish a lot of things. But now it's just going to Los Alamitos now. I'm not driving all the way to San Luis Obispo this time around, but I'm just driving to Los Alamitos, and then from there it's going to be the traditional, just like you guys saw in my previous videos of Phase 0. We go to Los Alamitos, we have all our stuff, bus picks us up there, we quickly gather all our belongings, pack it, get on the bus, and start driving towards St. Luis Obispo. So that's all it is right now. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit as I continue this process, and getting to Los Alamitos right now. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in a little bit. And what's going on, guys? I am back after my nice, long, fun weekend of my second month of Phase 2 of OCS in the Army National Guard. I'm sorry. I am kind of losing my voice a little bit after this weekend. A lot of yelling that I had to kind of do from time to time. I am also somewhat sore from my legs and my abs and everything because we went through a lot this weekend. So my class and we did a lot of what you would call correctable action. But overall, it was fun. We got there on Friday, as you kind of saw in the beginning. Waking up early, going to Los Alamitos, getting picked up there, and then taking a bus from there to Camp San Luis Obispo. And when we got there, we pretty much set up our barracks and stuff like that, making sure that not our beds, because we didn't have our blankets or linens at the time yet, but making sure that our drawers, our lockers are are set up properly. They all have to be uniformity. We all have to look at like one. So everything that one person has, we all have to have it the exact same way. Obviously, being the second month, going to a different type of barracks, things were off by, luckily it wasn't by much, but, we were still off, things that people could find pretty easily. So, like our things not being properly, spaced from, your next thing, such as your gloves, your PC cap. Same thing when it comes to your laundry bag and your towel being on your bed. They do check, and if you go through basic boot camp, there's certain, like I said, I can't really speak for everyone, so everyone has a different experience. Like when I went through basic, they did check our beds from time to time, but a lot of times, if it looked fairly well, they left you alone. Your lockers, I never got my locker inspected at basic, but our beds were inspected. So that was mainly like the only thing that was ever inspected, and it wasn't inspected to the full details like it was here. Like for us, we made it we decided as a group to make sure that our green fold from our green blanket from the top was folded properly, and it was folded one cat card length. So that means from your cat card, which is approximately 4 inches, it was across, 4 inches all the way across. Obviously, if it was off by a couple inches, your bed was going to get torn off. Same thing with your laundry bag and your towel rack. It was at the end of your bed, and it had to be from each side, each corner. It was going to be 2 cat cards away from the corner of your bed. And if it wasn't, it was going to get removed. The biggest thing that we got hit on was, like, for me, I usually use everything as a display. I do have certain things, such as my undershirts, my underwear, my PT stuff, my socks. I have them rolled up really tight, where I make sure that those are for display only. So when I get there, all I do is I take everything out of the bag, I put it in my drawer, I put it in my closet, so it's ready to go. When it comes to it, they will look at it, but they want to make sure that everyone's uniformity is, pretty close. And your things may get tossed around because one person didn't roll it properly, one person rolled it too far. So all your stuff will get thrown out, and it is what it is. Same thing with my laundry bag. I usually utilize that laundry bag as a display. Yes, I do get dirty clothes, but the way I do that is day by day. After I switch out my clothes, I put my clothes in a duffel bag. But it's not only in my duffel bag. I have another laundry bag in my duffel bag where I just shove it into the duffel bag and leave it in my duffel bag as the day keeps going, as each day keeps going. That way, when it is time to go, one, I am not constantly undoing the knots and ties of my laundry bag from from the end of my bed. And if you're aware, your laundry bag will be pretty much tied the same way as it is in basic. And if you go to basic, or if you've gone through basic already, you will know that your bags will be at the end of your bed, and you will pull a long string, make an X across it, go across pretty much diagonally, and you'll tie from the inside of your, between your bed frame and your mattress, and you'll put two knots there so that way it is set. So instead of me taking time out of my, busy time and the little time that they give us, instead of always taking the knot out and putting my dirty clothes in there, I leave that as a display, as I did during basic as well, because at basic you get two sets of laundry bags. So I leave that there as a display only, so it's always empty. My duffel bag will then have my dirty clothes in there, ready to go for the weekend, because I'm not doing laundry for those 2 days that I'm there. Oh, 2.5 days that I'm there, because I get there Friday evening and I leave Sunday afternoon. I'm not gonna, do laundry with those days. I'm just gonna stuff all my PTs and my dirty clothes in there. I get home Sunday. By Monday, it's going to be all washed up. So that's how I do it. And obviously, a lot of people do it differently. Some of, it was like about a handful, we're only a total of 14. So I think it was only like 5 or 6 of us that did it that way, the way I do it. But then everyone else did it the other way, where they like to unknot it and fill up their bags. Since we're in a uniformity, they noticed it. Surprisingly, they didn't notice it very quickly. They noticed it at the end. They're like, why are some bags empty and some bags are not? So obviously the bags out, that were emptied got thrown out because we were the least majority. We were only like 5 people that had it like that, because we threw our dirty clothes in our duffel. I don't know how they did it. That's the way I do mine. I throw it in a different laundry bag inside my duffel. That way I don't have the stink, I don't have the smell, I don't have any of that sweat or wetness inside of my duffel, including my other equipment and uniform. That way it doesn't, make any issues with that. But other than that, it was great. We did get worked very hard. We did a lot of correctable action, but we did a lot of classroom work. Friday, we did have our supply supervised activities exam. Most of the classrooms were administrative, such as the supply supervised management thing deals with how leadership will be making forms, how you will sign out things, how you will sign in things. So that was the exam about. All the other classes were about like sharp related, such as sexual harassment, the EO, equal opportunity, financial, how to get paid. So a lot of the classrooms that we did were pretty brief and short, except for the supervised supply activity. That was all mainly on Friday. Everything on Saturday was like 8 different classes, but it was all on administrative, on leadership, how we have to handle it, what we have to do, why is it important to us, and making sure that we take care of our soldiers and everything like that. So in between those things, we had some fun activities, I guess, if you want to call it that. So I am a little sore. I did lose my voice a little bit, but not too bad. A lot of running. We did climb or march or walk, if you like, or so. It wasn't like a fast pace or anything. This large mountain at San Luis Obispo, it's a great experience. I enjoyed it. It was a little over 4 miles up and down. So it was a nice experience. That's what I tell everyone. Going through like 5 different, basic trainings or academies or however you want to call it. I've gone through these, extensive trainings before as a group. So this is like my fifth one throughout like law enforcement and you know, uh, through military now. So you know, for me, they're fairly similar in a sense. They're fairly easy from certain things and aspects. But the best thing that you get out of these things is when you work in a group. Obviously, you always start off knowing maybe someone in that group, but a lot of times you guys are all fairly new. But the the experience you get going through what you will call torture, or these experiences of you're dragging your body through the dirt, the mud. You're swimming through freaking little ponds that they throw you in. You're going through all this, what people call hell, because you're running, you're marching, you're you're doing so much physical activity, but knowing that you have your buddy right next to you, and then you start building that, you know, those friendships, those experiences that you guys went through it together, and those are the experiences when after my second time going through it, and then going through my third one, fourth one, now my fifth one. These are the things that you get to talk about. A lot of people don't understand this because you're in the moment. Yeah, you're hating life, you're going through the pain, you're going through the suffering, but just always be mindful that once you are done, once you accomplish your goal and your what you want to do, you will be able to graduate and complete your task with that person next to you. And after you are done, believe me, it is a huge accomplishment, because you can say, and then later on in life you will, and I promise you will say, that thing was not so bad, it was not so hard. And then you'll then start remembering all these flashbacks on what was done, what you had experience with, what you guys had experience together, and the fun things that were said or done while you guys were up there. Um, those are the things that you'll always remember, because then you'll start thinking about years later. You guys will still remain friends for the most part. You guys will always stay in contact from time to time, and you guys will build that friendship where, did you really say that? Did you really do this? And while you're at while you're there and you're doing certain things, something happens that's funny. You'll probably be like, what the heck? But then years later, you'll remember, and you're like, dang, did you really do that? And then you guys start laughing about it, and that's that's the experience that people get. You get more experience from that than the people that are always complaining about injuries, always saying, "Oh, I don't want to do it," because those are the ones that are going to be, you know, left out in the dark, because they're not the ones suffering with you. So just always be mindful about that. You will enjoy it. I will be making a video of, the sick call rangers. Luckily at OCS, our cadre doesn't really play with that. Luckily, like I said, we're only 14 candidates right now. So, I've been blessed pretty well with, the what's it called? The 14 members that I'm with right now. So it's been nice. It's unfortunate that some people had to drop. But things happen. That's why I wanted to go the accelerated route. But things happen. It's understandable. Personal lives happen. Career things happen. That's why I believe it's going to be very difficult for me, and that's the only challenge that I'm going to have. I know that for a fact. But once again, I didn't get another leadership though for this month. I know I will have it for next month. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, guys, that was pretty much it for this 2-3 day weekend. I am sore. I'm not gonna lie. It was a nice workout experience. But other than that, guys, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything else you want to know about, what happened throughout this month of my OCS of Phase 2. It's September of 2023. Please drop your comment down below. I enjoy being able to hear from you guys. I know some people have been reaching out for basic academy stuff as well. I will be making other videos for that, as I know people want to know about the ACFT, as well as, they wanted me to go to actual depth of, what to really take to basic boot camp at least. So look out for those videos. I will be making those coming out shortly. But I've been kind of busy with still my aviation, my law enforcement career, and I still got my real estate investment and stuff like that. So, like I said, I do apologize if I'm not getting to you guys with these videos in a timely manner. But I do get to your guys' comments within 24 to 48 hours, depending if I'm gone for training or anything like that. I do get back to you guys in a timely manner. But other than that, guys, like I said, this is why I have this channel, is because I enjoy being able to speak to you guys, being able to hear from you guys, being able to hear your guys' thoughts, and being able to help you guys out the most. Like I said, I might not have all the knowledge or experience in it, but I will find it. I will be able to help you guys out in a way. I'm not gonna lie to you guys on any comments. When you guys drop your comment, I will let you guys know what I've experienced or my opinion, or if I don't know it, I'll let you know I don't know it, but this is what I've heard. So just be mindful about that, okay, guys? I do answer it, as the comments go down below, and there is not a copy and paste. I do read all your guys' comments, and I make sure that I respond to you guys promptly and to the best of my abilities of what you guys are asking for. Other than that, guys, I will catch you guys next time for next month. And like I said, within those next months, I will be making other videos, most likely for aviation, and then those that have commented about ACFTs and what to really take for basic boot camp. All right, guys. So thank you, guys.